Sony sent me their new Xperia XZ2 and I've got to say, I'm really impressed. Sony reached out to me and told me, listen Theo, we got a feature packed device. We want you to check it out. You can play a PS4 remote play on the go using Wi-Fi. How about we send you one and you check it out? And I was like, sure, let's go with it. So thank you Sony for sponsoring this video. I want to show you the crazy box that they sent me this device in and the controller they sent me, which is the DualShock 4. And they also sent me a wireless charger. Here's the phone. They told me they're doing something special with the box, so I wanted to record it just in case. I wonder if something's gonna like pop out, or maybe there's some kind of cool switch that when I open it, music starts playing. Oh, hello, bubble wrap. We're down to a smaller box, and it says Sony on it. Yes. Oh my lord. That is awesome. It's in a sort of display case. That is actually really awesome. The idea behind this is actually the whole point of this video. This phone allows you to remote play with the PlayStation 4. I'm going to show you that. Underneath we have the booklet. Oh, there's the box. Charger, headphone adapter. Thank you. It's USB-C. In this booklet you can see exactly how the setup's going to be, and it tells you that it's just a great phone for music, for movies, HDR. The phone has HDR. I'm going to be showing you all of this stuff. Let's jump into it. I love unboxing new things. I want to play with it. Attached to the phone we have a wireless charging dock. I didn't know I was going to be sent this, but this is really cool. I like this. I haven't got any wireless charging docks actually yet. And this is actually a magnetic base for the charging stand. As you can see, you can have it like that, or you can have it like that. Right away, this feels really nice. It's got a slight curve in the back, and it makes it fit the hand so well, and I like the size of it. It's such a big phone. It's not like massively big, but it's bigger than most, and I like that. I like big phones, as you know. And obviously you want a big phone for the fact that it has HDR. You want to see that HDR-ness on the screen. I haven't looked into this at all. I've been like, you know, I kind of knew this was coming, and I was like, you know what? I've got to wait and experience it firsthand and see what the screen looks like in person. The camera is definitely not going to do it justice, but as you unlock it, it does a cool effect like this. It has a really nice skin on Android. Like, it's not... I'm much more like the reserved. I like the basic skins, the ones that don't change massive amounts, but they change their own icons and that kind of thing, like very simple stuff. Swipe left, still have the Google-ness. I'm liking it. Right, anyway. I'm gonna go play with this phone for a little while, and then I'll get back to you. The first thing you'll notice about this device is how good it looks. Okay, I am obsessed with this. It looks really nice, and it doesn't just look nice, it feels nice to hold. Now, I have missed this so much on so many devices. If you look to the back of the device, you can see it's got a slight curve. I love the feeling of a slight curve. I know, it's such a minimalistic thing, but having that, so it's so much better to hold. It just, this phone has packed so many features, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into the game and speak about it as we play the game, because I think that's probably the best way to overall explain everything. What I'm going to do is jump straight in and show you how easy it was to connect my phone to the PlayStation 4. I'm going to jump into the PlayStation app, open that, click on remote play, and then it'll come up with, do you want to connect the controller? I've already registered a controller. To register a controller, you hold like share and the PlayStation button to register it, but since I've already registered it, I'm just going to turn it on, and it's connected. Look at that. Okay, jump on to next, and it will connect to my PlayStation 4, and in no time whatsoever, we're in. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It actually has two speakers on the front. So usually phones have it just at the top and the bottom, like out of the device. This has two front-facing speakers to give you a proper surround sound setup. The game I'm going to be showing you guys is Gran Turismo Sport. I think that's a good way to show you with a Sony game at the same time, right? I'm going to jump right into a time trial. The plan for me here is I'm actually going to set a lap on the main system itself, and then set a lap on the mobile, because obviously when it comes to racing games, you want to be like as time accurate as possible. That's the best way to figure it out, right? In my RCF, already messed it. It's exactly what I was doing the other day when I did a little drag run. You know what I mean? I did a drag race the other day in this car and slipped everywhere, absolutely everywhere. But we're back in the RCF. This is like the race RCF though at the same time. So, That's something I didn't really think about until I properly jumped into this campaign with Sony, is how easy it is. And obviously it's simple to just connect it up to the play. It's a Sony phone, it works with the PlayStation. That's just obvious how it should work, right? But then I realized I have a Sony TV and a Sony sound system, and the fact it just connected instantly, for some reason I didn't think about that before. I have so many Sony products Sony is like dominant in a lot of things. Like I have a Sony camera recording this. All right, coming in for my lap that I'm going to go with. It's going to be pretty much quicker than last time. 30 seconds. I'm gonna take that. But as I was mentioning, every other aspect when it comes to technology, you go with Sony a lot of the time. When it comes to TVs, headphones, stereo systems, cameras, I'm using the A series. They pointed out to me that all the technology that they use in those cameras, in the Alpha series for the cameras, in the Bravia series for TV, it all comes together and they put it inside the phones. It all comes together and makes this one package device. I am now going to use the actual mobile screen and set it up with the mobile screen. Now, I have no idea how I'm going to do on this. I'm going to change the view, actually, just so I get the HUD view. I'm hoping for the best. I mean, I don't know exactly how this is going to go, and you're going to see it from both angles. You're going to see it from the actual, like, console, then you're going to see it on the mobile screen. That's how I see it. Okay, what do we get? 31 for the first lap. That's going to be my warm-up lap. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to pass me. I'm gonna pass me. Oh, no. So this device actually has a HDR screen, and the TV I'm using in my office doesn't actually have a HDR screen. They actually upscale the content that's on the screen to HDR, so it fills in colors that would normally be missing and stuff, which, again, it looks absolutely magnificent. I use a Bravia TV for downstairs, my main TV, and that has HDR, and it looks amazing. And this looks just as amazing, and it's just upscaling it. I think that's my third lap, and I got a 50 seconds, just a bit slower. So as you can see, it's clearly usable. Come on, let's get it. Oh, brake. Nice and tidy through the corner. Full power. Come on. Nice section to gain some speed. And brake. Nice and tidy. Come on. And we are going to set a 49. That's it. That's all I need to do. I've beaten my time. I remember back in the day, remote play on PSP was a thing, and it worked on some games, and now it's just like, it works on everything. I don't have to just play Gran Turismo. I can jump onto it, and I can literally choose God of War on the go if I really want to. Now, for those that don't know, my PlayStation isn't actually in this room. It's in the next room. So the way it's working, I think it's currently directly connected to the console, so it's going pretty smooth. But it does work across the internet as well. If you have a network access point near you, you can play this pretty much wherever you go. But the thing that got me, as I said, the thing that got me the most is that it's a come together of everything that Sony makes into a single package. I see myself using this feature for, say, when I'm out and about and I want to check if an update's come out for a game, or I want to grind on a game where I like, you know, an RPG of some kind. If I was getting some extra parts before I recorded a video, extra money before I recorded a video, anything like that. Definitely the quickest Android phone I've ever used. The last phone I used was the LG V20, which I found slowed down very quickly shortly after buying it. This device, however, has not slowed down on me at all. You can record at 960 frames a second at 1080p on this, so you can do extreme slow-mo. So I'm currently using the XZ2 with the wireless charger, but what you can actually do is you can get a mount for the PlayStation controller where the phone mounts on the top, so you can actually just play around with it like this. And another thing is that the DualShock 4 actually works with mobile games. A lot of the Game Loft games, for example. Something super important to me is audio quality. Audio, in my opinion, when it comes to videos, especially when I'm making these videos, audio is always my priority. Well, how about I let you know, this little device in my hand has high-res audio. When making videos, I always have to have really good headphones because I like to pick out any issues in the audio that most people probably won't hear, but it really frustrates me. I know that someone will be able to pick it out. So when it comes to actually listening to stuff, I'm the same. Like, if I like to listen in for the little things that go wrong. But obviously with high-res audio, I get a much better overall sound when I'm listening to music and such, when I'm in the gym and that kind of thing. That coupled with some really good headphones, even if you had a kind of average headphones, I know for a fact that this is going to sound better. Summarized then, this device has pretty much every aspect of Sony products that make Sony products great. Great camera, for example, I can do super slow motion. Incredible screen, which has Bravia technology that uses upscales footage to HDR, and it has a HDR screen on it, obviously. I've not charged this device since I've had it, and it's still is surviving. I have not actually bothered to unbox the charger they gave me with it, and we're still at 55% currently, and I had it for a couple of days now. I'm no tech reviewer, but when I get a device like this, I would love to shout about types of things like this more. Audio is fantastic because it has both the front speakers, which does mean it has a top and bottom bezel, which is something that I would like to see vanish over the next few years, but I do understand it totally because the sound, I would choose sound over not having a bezel because the sound on this phone It's brilliant. But of all the downsides, that's literally the only one I can think of to give an honest opinion on it. It's just that it has the bezels, which is something, again, I wish to see rid of in the future. But in this phone, Sony has a dynamic vibration system. Now, you're like, what does that mean? Well, if you remember the PlayStation Pulse headset back in the day, if there was an explosion in a certain direction, the headset would vibrate, and it added so much to the sound experience. It was so cool. Well, the phone actually does the same thing. It's a super cool feature that actually helps in a lot of game situations in where you want to know where the direction of something is coming from, but also just generally adds immersion to the games or the movies. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but I use Bluetooth headphones for the most part. I've not really found that to be an issue, except when I forget my Bluetooth headset when I'm at the airport, and then I remember and I'm like, I'm not buying another Bluetooth headset. I can't really pick out anything wrong with it. The device masters all aspects, and it lasts a really long time, and you can play PlayStation 4 games on it. I'm going to ask him if I can keep it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, be sure to smash like, my friends. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, peace.